guys. Welcome to segment 2 of the TCP podcast. We talked about it yesterday. The subject of this thing is all about the New York Post articles that came out over the week, last week, and partially the week before. And we talked about the basis of everything, with the laptop and all that stuff that appeared. At a pawn shop, it has a legit reason to be at a pawn shop because, the pawn shop pretty much owns it now, whether anyone likes it or not. Like I told you that. Then I also told you guys that we were going to have the Senate Judiciary Committee was going to subpoena Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey to the Judiciary Committee for a hearing on this entire situation of what was going on with the censoring and all the stuff that's going on. And here's why I'm going to tell you right now, and whether you guys like to admit it or not, here's why I'm going to tell you guys right now, nothing is going to happen. All right? You people don't seem to get, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I just say it in a more of a blunt way than most people do. You people don't seem to get Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham can sit here and say all day long that they're going to be like, oh my God, we're going to talk to them about that because it was bad. It was a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's what you guys think. You guys think that this is going to actually happen. What those two did on the press conference when they mentioned that and said they were going to do that, it's called a political stance. All right. What's going on right there is they are all up for re-election, all these senators. So they're going to appeal to their base, as they usually do, to figure out and say stuff that they actually really don't mean, which is what's going on here, and whether you guys like to admit it or not. And I'm going to tell you why there's a reason why these guys aren't going to do anything to anybody. You can call them before Judiciary Committee all day long. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. And here's why. The reason why this stuff's not going to matter, and how they say they're going to do something about it doesn't matter, doesn't apply to anyone, is because these guys are all getting kickbacks from social media. If you look on Facebook, okay, look up Ted Cruz. You will find out he's got his own Facebook profile. That's never touched, never bothered. Nobody ever bothers him on his profile. He says what he's got to say on there, and he never gets censored by anybody. Okay? Well, there's a reason for this, and I'll tell you why there's a reason what this is about in a second when it comes to Ted Cruz. Now, let's move over to Lindsey Graham. Same way with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham says whatever he wants on Facebook, and nobody says anything to him whatsoever because, they don't censor any of his stuff. However, I turn around, or a normal person turns around and says, hey, I want to say something about COVID or whatever. All of a sudden we get censored and we get a fact check sticker. Do you ever notice why half these politicians don't get fact check stickers? And it's only particular ones that get fact check ones. Yeah, the only people that get fact check stickers in the government are the people that they're against. Okay, so they're actually against Donald Trump. Obviously, we all know this. That's self-explanatory. Because Donald Trump's not an establishment guy, so there's no point of keeping his stuff on the platform. And the same thing on Twitter. Ted Cruz has a Twitter over there, and so doesn't Lindsey Graham. They both have a Twitter. They don't get censored. They don't get nothing taken off their account, or they don't get any fact check stickers. Now, there's a reason for this, okay? You guys don't seem to get that 90% of the politicians that claim they're going to do something about this situation are all getting kickbacks from Facebook, and don't tell me they're not. This is where the issues lie when it comes to them saying they're going to do something about the censoring. They're not, all right? Since 2016, there's been a ramp up in censoring on all platforms. Anything that has to do with liking Donald Trump or something Donald Trump says becomes censored. All right. And the reason why they do this is because the establishment is striking back, is what's going on right now. All right. And now here's the utter true fact, Ted Cruz is an establishment politician. He's been in office for 10 million years. And same thing with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is another established politician. That's what this is, what's going on here. So when he says he's going to pull someone in front of the Judiciary Committee, your best bet to do, and I'll say it as a conservative, is not to believe anything that Ted Cruz says. Do not believe it. There will be hearings, yeah, because they want to make it a political thing, okay? But when are these hearings going to take? When are these hearings going to take place? Nobody knows when they're going to take place because they're not going to. That's why. They'll claim and claim and claim that they're going to call them before the Senate Judiciary Committee all day long until the election's over. When the election's over, if Donald Trump wins, which he probably will, if Donald Trump wins, this investigation is not even going to be talked about. All right? That's going to change the face of the mainstream media in general if Donald Trump wins again. With all the cheating they did to try and help Ted Cruz, not trying to help Ted Cruz, to try and help Biden to the finish line. You know, it's like everybody's carrying Joe Biden to the finish line like he's not even doing it himself. They're just like picking him up and be like, well, don't worry, we'll put you on our shoulders, okay, man? We're going to put you on our shoulders and just move you over to the finish line. That's what we're going to do. That's exactly what's going on here. And for you guys to sit here ignorantly, and I say this about the conservatives, okay? For you guys to sit here ignorantly and think that the Judiciary Committee is actually going to do something to the CEO of Twitter and the owner of Facebook, then you've got another thing coming. See, here's things that you don't know about politics. 80% of the politicians are financed by these big companies, Ted Cruz being one of them, Lindsey Graham being one of them. A lot of the people on the Judiciary Committee get donations from Facebook and from Twitter. So why would they stop that? That's what you got to ask when you look at these things. Why would they stop pull them before the Judiciary Committee, start trouble with it, and why would they continue? Why would they continue with the case? The case is not going to continue. There's a reason why it's not going to continue, because all Jack Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg have to say is, oh my God, no, we're not giving you donations anymore to your campaigns. Now, you can sit there and say all you want. Well, Twitter and Facebook is left-leaning, so I don't think Ted Cruz is getting anything from Facebook. No, they all are. Every single one of those things. You can even find it out on Facebook. You can actually find the truth. Go to Ted Cruz's page. Facebook tells you the truth without letting you know the truth. Here's what you do. Now, I run 3 pages on Facebook, okay, right now. I know. So within that, anytime anybody goes to our page, which is totally wrong, you guys know that, anybody who goes to our page can click on a box that says, is there ads running on this? There's a page that comes up and right there. It says about the page, and it'll tell you if there's ads running on it. Go over to Ted Cruz's page anytime you want after you hear this podcast. Find Ted Cruz's Facebook page, not his personal account, his Facebook page for Senator. Find it, right? And then go into where it says about web page. When you go into the page, about page, you will find out there are ads running on their platforms, on their accounts. Why do you think they have the blue checks? Why do you think they have so many people on their pages rather than everybody else who busts their ass to try and get people on their page? Why do you think that's so? That's because the ads are ran free on Ted Cruz's page. And the same thing with Lindsey Graham. On their Facebook business pages, they have ads running. You can only get ads if you're being if it's okayed by Facebook. That's it. And that's the same thing that happens with my page. For me to run ads on my page, Facebook had to give me permission before I could actually do that. Which means you got to put in your account number and stuff like that, because these ads aren't free. You have to pay for them. But after you get to a certain threshold, when it comes to Facebook and Twitter, you start getting paid for the ads that appear on your account. And it's a monetization thing. This is all a monetization scheme, is what this is. Everybody who is everybody when it comes to politicians or stars get ad revenue from Facebook, get ad revenue from YouTube, get ad revenue from Twitter, and Facebook happens to give it when you finally get to the advertisement and get ads running on your videos and stuff like this. Like if I had an ad running on this video, these people make a lot of money on here. Okay, and the thing is with it too is another thing you guys don't understand is Ted Cruz, people like Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, and all those other politicians that are always in the news. They don't have to actually report the earnings from the ads. It just gets sent to them, just gets dropped in their account. So if you come to a point where you get monetized by them and you have ads running across your screen, you get a cut. Everybody gets a cut. The ad revenue, which is millions of dollars, thousands of dollars from for various politicians, and don't even say that Donald Trump doesn't do it, because every one of his accounts that he had on Facebook, well, until recently, all had ads running on it, which all gave him money. Every politician makes money off Facebook, okay? So why do you think his most natural place for him to announce this blockbuster thing where he's going to pull Jack Dorsey and he's going to subpoena Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey to the Senate Judiciary Committee? Why do you think the video was put on Facebook? Explain this to me. See, this is where you guys don't understand how establishment politicians work. Do you realize that none of these politicians actually hate each other? That's the entertaining part. You guys just think that these guys hate each other. They actually don't. Okay, they go out, they have drinks, and then they go and act like they're fighting. It's like a WWE event. That's what literally is politicians are now. It's like a WWE, good versus evil. Literally, that's it. You think these guys actually hate each other? You think Ted Cruz hates Jerry Nadler? You think Jerry Nadler actually hates Ted Cruz? Do you think Nancy Pelosi hates Ted Cruz? Do you think Nancy Pelosi hates the President of the United States? Do you think that any of the congressional Democrats hate the congressional Republicans? No, they don't. It's a lie. It's a smoke cloud. Yeah, they have separate beliefs, but still at the end of the day, they end up just hanging out, relaxing. You guys don't see that because you know why? They won't air that stuff. They're not going to air the fact that Ted Cruz just went out somewhere with Jerry Nadler or a Democrat from his state of Texas. You ain't telling me that he hasn't gone to a restaurant with one of them or something like that. You guys don't understand what's going on here. And everybody claims, conservatives especially, and liberals just bitch about everything. But conservatives are like, yes, finally, something's going to be done about nothing's going to be done. Listen, nothing's going to be done. Understand that. Most of these social media companies pay all these politicians in ad revenue. Like, give me a break, guys. Do you honestly think that something is going to be done over a story that has to do with a politician? Wow, New York Post released something. Okay, so they censored an article. Facebook suppressed the article. Yeah, congratulations. It doesn't matter, guys. Nothing's going to get done about it. You need to understand, the only way anything can change when it comes to Section 230 and all the stuff that I speak about on a daily basis, the only thing that can change is we need new politicians in the offices of the United States. We needed Donald Trump. This is why we voted for Donald Trump, because he's not a politician. We need more new people in the Senate. We need new blood in the Congress. Why do you think AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Ivana Presley are doing so well in the Congress and people are giving them attention? Because they're young. They're up and coming congressmen and congresswomen. That's why. If you honestly think in any way that the Senate Judiciary Committee is actually going to do something about censoring, then you're just lying to yourself and you're lying to the American public. Anybody who sits there that's a conservative, it doesn't matter if you're a conservative, Democrat. If you say something is going to get done about Twitter or something's going to get done about Facebook, it is not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. They're going to do this smoke and mirrors show at the Senate Judiciary Committee, and then Jack Dorsey's going to be like, I won't censor again, blah, blah, blah. And then Mark Zuckerberg will be the same way. I will stop censoring because, I got to do what you guys say. While he's got his fingers crossed behind his back. And then a week later, they start censoring again. Do you understand? Stop, people. Stop it. The Senate Judiciary Committee, the lazy, dumb, old Republicans are not going to do anything about censoring. You know why? It's because they have no idea about what nowadays is like. They're too old to understand how things work. You want to know how things work on social media? Go to your nearest YouTuber. Go to your nearest person that has a massive Facebook page. You want to know what social media is like now? Why don't you talk to them? The people that have been doing it for a very long time. That understand the hoops you have to jump through. All the ways to get monetized. Different ways to sell merchandise and stuff like that. You want to talk to people, someone that knows what they're doing? Talk to YouTubers. Talk to people that do pages on Facebook. Talk to the Twitter check marks, the blue check mark people. You don't understand. None of these old Republicans, and I'm not saying Donald Trump because he's not. He's literally not even a Republican. You guys actually think he's a Republican. He just ran as a Republican. That's it. He could have ran as a Democrat. If he had ran as a Democrat and won, nobody would have said a word about him. And it would have been Orange Man awesome. You know what I mean? But you don't understand why Donald Trump was elected. Donald Trump was elected because we didn't want another politician in office. This is why Biden is going to lose in a couple weeks, because they don't want an establishment politician back in the White House. We want to progress. You progressives talk about progressing forward with everything, getting new stuff, doing new things. How are you going to do that with someone like Joe Biden? How are you going to do that with someone like Ted Cruz? How are you going to do that with someone like Lindsey Graham? The oldest, most Catholic gay guy I've ever seen, Lindsey Graham. Like, his religion forbids what he is, which is kind of entertaining to me. And nobody sees that, though. They don't count him as part of the LGBTQ community because he's a Republican. God forbid. Same thing with Blair White. They don't count her as part of the LGBTQ community because she votes Republican. You see, do you get it? It's a party line thing. And what you don't understand is going to happen is Jack Dorsey will get called to the Senate. They're going to do it on TV, obviously. And then all of a sudden, Mark Zuckerberg will be called in the same day. And all the Democrats in the Senate Judiciary Committee, not Democrats, Republicans and Democrats, didn't matter. They're all old fucks that have been in office for 200 years. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who it is. You know what they're going to do? They're going to look at Jack Dorsey and be like, don't do it again. And then they're going to be like, Mark, don't do it again. But they'll slap Mark on his right hand because he's left-handed. If you guys actually think that something's going to happen with the Senate Judiciary Committee, you got nothing coming. Nothing's going to happen. I told you this segment was going to be a little bit rough, and I was going to be insulting conservatives and liberals alike, because it's the truth. You think that they're actually going to do something. If you think they're going to do something about it, and they do something about it, then you can turn around and write in my comment section of this video saying, they did do something about it. And I'll find every reason to show you that what they did was a lie. Period. Because in a week, Donald Trump will be censored again. It doesn't matter. I just don't understand how you guys think that this stuff's actually going to do, something's actually going to be done. The censoring on social media is never going to change. It's not going to. The only way you can change it is to remove Section 230. That's it. Having a little hearing saying, Jack, stop it, stop censoring, stop it, is not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to remove Section 230 that allows them to be able to do this. And you also need to vote, as I would if it came up, to not allow social media to donate any money to any politician, whether it be Democrats or Republican. So at the end of the day, what you guys are going to learn from this segment is nothing is going to happen. It's going to be the same old status quo bullshit over and over again. They're going to do this little beautiful thing where it looks like it's on TV and they're going to do something about it. They're going to slap Jack Dorsey on the wrist. Jack Dorsey's going to drop them $7 million. Mark Zuckerberg will drop them maybe $5 million because he's a cheap son of a bitch. And that's it. And then they'll be like, okay, bye. Have a good day. We will learn our lesson. It's not going to happen, guys. Get over it. I hope you guys enjoyed segment 2. I told you I was going to have a problem. I was going to say something very mean when it came to the Senate Judiciary Committee, the waste of space that we have in the Senate. People that have been in government for 900 years. It's time to change people. We need to get some new people in there. Like I said before, previously in the beginning of this video, I told you, why do you think AOC, Ilhan Omar, all these new congressmen are doing so well? It's because they want new people. We want new people in our office. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a socialist. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. We need new people. The establishment needs to go. That's what's causing it. So once again, you're going to find another case of the establishment's going to be like, don't do it again, and they're not going to do anything about it. And that's the truth. We're going to wrap it up in segment 3. We're going to talk more about the new information with Joe Biden and his son and stuff like that. So I'll catch you guys in segment 3.